Gerard Browne with you here for my match reaction from Dalymount Park, which finished Bohemians 0, Waterford 2. It's hard to know really what is the talking point from tonight. A fantastic away victory for Waterford, but it has been overshadowed by the fact that it is John Sheridan's last game in charge. It has been confirmed, he said it there to myself in the interview, that he is the new Wigan Athletic manager and he will be heading over to the north-west of England after this game. But as I did mention, it was a way for him to go out. They were fantastic tonight and fully deserved for their 2-0 victory. Bohemians started off really well. Andre Wright and Danny Mandry looked lively. They had a couple of good chances. Of course, player of the month for August, Danny Grant as well. He grew into the game and also took plenty of watching. But Waterford then kind of got the break that just changed the game. A good driving run from fullback Tyreek Wilson. He squared the ball to Ali Cook, who's in an oceans of space just outside the edge of the box. He took a powerful long-range drive. It seemed to be a comfortable enough one, but it went underneath Stephen McGuinness and into the back of net, and the game just changed after that. Both heads seemed to drop. Waterford grew in confidence. They bossed the rest of the half, and then they went in 2-0 at half-time. A wonderful free kick from Tyreek Wilson, making it 2-0 at the break, and left Bohemians with a mountain to climb at the break. Also the fact as well, they got a couple of yellow cards before the end of the first half to Chris Tordek, and Danny Mandry didn't help matters either. You would have been expecting a bit of a response and a bit of a bounce from the home team in the second half, but Waterford just controlled the game. They bossed, they looked so comfortable on the ball, they owned most of the ball. Balls just never got going, they never really created that chance to get them, that you would have felt they could have got them back into the game. I suppose it's the old kind of classic saying that we've heard over the last couple of weeks and months. If they had the home support here tonight, the Geordie stand cheering them on, it might have helped them and lift them to get back into the game. But the best chance the second half again fell to Wilson. Another free kick, this time hitting the butt of the post. Stephen McGuinness was beating all ends up, and it wouldn't have been any bit of injustice if it had gone in and given Waterford a 3-0 victory. But I suppose, as I said in my post-match interview with John Sheridan, it was the worst kept secret in football in the last 24 hours. It was expected to be his last game in charge before he departed to take over English League One side Wigan, but he's leaving Waterford in a very, very healthy place, a lot healthier than when he took over back in July. They're now third in the league, and European football is a real possibility for this club. Obviously they could drop down to fourth before the end of the night, obviously depending on how that game goes in Oriel Park. They could be obviously back down to fifth if Sligo beat St Pat's tomorrow, but that obviously will be a huge game of significance in terms of European places. And it does get to that stage now. We're into the second half of the season, the last round of games. You do start to look at how the other teams are doing in around you, because it is important for you, and Waterford fall into that category and of trying to chase European football, and they look in a good place, as I was saying earlier, to do it. Like the performance I thought in midfield tonight of Ali Cook was brilliant. Wilson as well, the full-back, was fantastic. Michael O'Connor up front held the line well in the first 20 minutes, was under pressure and they weren't really in the game. John Martin as well really came into the second half and was very impressive before he was taken off. As for a Bohemian point of view, like I said, they started off so strong with the likes of Grant, obviously full of confidence after his player of the month award, Mandrew, who came into the team for Keith Ward, and Andre Wright, but they just kind of seemed to fade away in that second half and never really looked like getting back into the second half. It's a big blow in terms of their title credentials, because come tomorrow afternoon they could be 8 points behind Shamrock Rovers and only 7 games to go. Well, that means only a possible 24 points to play for. It's going to be a big deficit to claw back, and it's looking quite unlikely for them. So I wouldn't say it was their last chance to stay in the title race, and the title race is over if Rovers win tomorrow, but it definitely will be the Tallaght sides to lose. They're back out again next Friday night for their away to Sligo Rovers in the showground. As for Waterford, they have a good break now. They don't play until Monday week against Shamrock Rovers, obviously because Rovers are out on Thursday night. All eyes and attention will be on who will be their new manager by then. Will they have a permanent appointment by then? Obviously it'll be interesting to see what route they're going to go down in terms of employment for that position. You think of people like Colin O'Neill, who's experienced in this division but seems to be quite settled and secure in his daily profession. You think of maybe someone like Tim Clancy, but he's in the thick of a promotion chase with Drogheda at the moment, and possibly maybe even Paul Cook. Of course, the ex-Wigan manager who John Sheridan has taken over, he's plenty of experience in this league. Finney Perth, obviously, of course, who's recently departed from Dundalk, but given the scandal and the kind of tension between the clubs over the last couple of weeks, it's highly unlikely he's really going to be in realistic contention for that job as well. Robbie Keane, who at one stage was meant to be in the frame for the Dundalk job, obviously has a bit of managerial experience involved in Middlesbrough and Ireland with Mick McCarthy there a couple of years ago. Maybe it could be a good gig for him to start off with, but whoever is going to be taking over Waterford, they're going to be inheriting a good side, and a side that will be confident that they will be playing European football next season. Waterford fans, let me know in the comments yourself. Maybe I haven't even named someone that you even would like to see. And like John Sheridan was as an appointment that kind of caught us all by surprise, with someone who didn't have any background in the league. Maybe you might want to go down the same route again, and it could pay off. Let me know in the comments. And just in general, even Waterford or Bohs fans, or anyone who watched this game and watch LOI stream this evening, let me know your comments on this game and maybe who you think should take over Waterford. But that's all for myself, Gerard Browne, here at Dalymount Park, where once again it's finished Bohemians 0, Waterford 2.